Satnam. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jai Gobind, and this is your channel for grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay, and welcome to our weekly astrology video. Today I titled it Crowned by Fire, Purified by Light. This is a very important week. Of course, you guys know that we are upon the total full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo that's happening tonight into tomorrow night, and that's activating the energy of the whole week. But there's other aspects that are happening this week that are also very important that we're going to talk about here in this broadcast. I will show you the charts on the screen, and I'm also going to talk about the Gene Key lesson that we're moving through this week with the sun, and also what that looks like through the lens of human design and what that means for us collectively, but also individually in our own chart. So before we dive in, let me make a couple of announcements, because we have a lot going on this week in terms of the Channel for Grace community and events center. But first of all, I want to share with you that Ashley and I are having a March Madness 50% off sale. So for the month of March, you can purchase our program Aligned by Design for literally 50% off. And this program is a comprehensive program that's going to basically individually guide you. It's like one-on-one coaching for you to step into understanding your unique soul blueprint, how to live in alignment with it, the shadows that keep you blocked from your purpose, love and abundance, the healing of your inner child, and the reclamation of your lost soul fragments. We literally do soul retrievals with you. A deeper understanding of your relationships and your soul contracts, and tools and practices to integrate healing into your everyday life. And we do this through 10 different sessions, which you book like when on your own timing. In the beginning we said, okay, we should do these sessions like, in 6 months. And we realized that sometimes you need a little longer, sometimes you need a little shorter in between sessions. We also give you homework like to do in between the sessions. So essentially it's your own pace. And we just decided that this month of March Madness, which very much is March Madness, that we're going to offer this program for half off. So if you have been wanting to do this program because we launched it last year, then this is your opportunity to sign up. If you go to the website, you can get all the information. We actually added 2 payment plans, different payment plans, longer payment plans. So we added a 6-month payment plan, all of it a half off, and then a 10-month payment plan to be able to pay the half off price. So it's totally doable. And holy moly, you guys, we have been having a blast guiding people and students through this program. It is like our funnest thing that we get to do together. So that is the first announcement that I wanted to make. The second announcement is that I am hosting a 40 Days of Grace program. And this program is basically a 40-day meditation experience. I'm going to guide you through. I'm going to give you all of the information and the details and the instructions and even the video to do the meditation along with for 40 days. So that's like the basis. The 40-day meditation is essentially designed for us to step back into grace. And what I mean by this, it's like learning to soften and learning to find your center. It's like the strength card, grace under pressure. But coupled with the 40-day meditation, which the whole group is going to do together, we're also going to do a body cleanse, and we're going to be meeting once a week so that we can share and talk about our experiences that we're having throughout the cleanse and the 40-day experience. I'm also going to be doing weekly in those sessions that we come together, Kriyas, Kundalini Yoga Kriyas, to continue to help support our process, our detoxing, all of that. But essentially, it is going to be a Very, very unique experience. I have, for a long time, I've been doing 40-day meditations and programs like this. I never actually ran one. We do 40-day meditations in the Moon Goddess training, but I've never done anything outside of that. And so this is your opportunity to like dive into that world. So this is about resetting our body. This is about rewiring our mind and returning to grace. The program begins March 19th with our orientation, and we begin counting. Day one is going to be March 20th, which is when the sun enters into the sign of Aries and we enter into the spring equinox. And that is a very activated time. It's the beginning of the astrological year. It's the full activation of the Saturn-Neptune conjunction at 0 degrees of Aries. And this experience is to help us kind of like launch into the astrological year with strength, with clarity, with devotion. I literally can't wait. I'm also going to provide daily inspiration, and you'll have support. There's a group chat where you can ask questions like at any time. You literally have access to me like all the time. And I'm always checking my phone. The cleanse, the recommended cleanse that we're going to be doing together, because I know some people are like, wait, what? Which is actually, I know it's new for a lot of you guys, not new for me. I've been doing cleanses forever. But this is the one piece that can exponentially change, exponentially take you to like that whole new dimension of grace. And so the recommendation is no alcohol for the 40 days, no processed sugar, no dairy, no caffeine, no gluten, and no television. Now, I'm not saying you have to do all of these or you're not going to get the benefits of the program. Not at all. The recommendation is the more of these that you can do, the better. So if you're like, okay, there's no way I can not do my coffee, well, do all the other ones. Do no dairy, no processed sugar, no alcohol, no gluten, no television. If you're like, there's no way I can like not do my pasta. Okay, well then do the other ones. No television, no alcohol, blah, 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 blah. So you're going to take this to the level that you want it. It's not a forced cleanse. It's a recommended cleanse that will, again, help catapult you and quantum leap you into a deeper experience. So we're going to meet weekly. We're going to do Kundalini yoga breath work, the 40-day meditation, daily support, and there's going to be giveaways as well. 3 participants that sign up for 40 Days of Grace are going to win a copy of my new book, which comes out tomorrow, Seasons and Stargates. And 1 participant that I will pick who successfully completes the program is going to receive like an award, and the award will be a full year in the Starseed membership, which is where you truly get to consciously move through the astrological year season by season in a group support setting and really devote yourself to your year. And it's like your hero's journey. There's no other year more potent than this year than we've seen in a really long time. So I hope that you join us. I'm so excited. And of course, and it's only $222, and it's in alignment with 22nd Jinki, which is the city of grace. So don't wait to sign up. We're going to have a freaking blast. I believe there's going to be like 5 weekly sessions that we meet. I mean, we're going to be like in entertaining in this sacred space for like 6 weeks. So honestly, don't miss this opportunity to do this together with a group. You will not regret it. And one last announcement, of course. Tomorrow is our Seasons and Stargates, the annual initiation book launch party and giveaway happening at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. We are going to do a Kundalini practice, yoga, breathwork, mantra meditation, ecstatic integration to activate our body and our nervous system for initiating the astrological year ahead, for connecting with the full moon total lunar eclipse in Virgo that is happening tonight into tomorrow, and also to launch the book Seasons and Stargates. And I'm going to have some epic giveaways so that when you purchase the book within the 48 hours after the event, you're going to get all these prizes, and you're going to get entered to win really awesome gifts. So definitely come and join us in this event live. Look at all these people that are already RSVP'd. I freaking love it. You can RSVP. I'm sending the notifications out through my email. And honestly, it's so easy to join, and we're going to have a blast. So I can't wait. So let me say hi to everybody that is here watching this video live. Nelly, how are you? It's good to see you. Thanks for coming in. We've got Carmelola. Hello, hello. We have Ashley is here. Dawn. Firehorse Clans. Exactly. You will not believe how amazing you feel in your body when you do a cleanse like this. It's the simplest thing you can do, for reals. So for reals, I encourage you to do all those things on the list. Hey, babe. Hello, Jeanette. Welcome in. And if you're watching live, please say hi. I absolutely love the chat interaction. So let us dive in. So what we're going to start with is our astrology of the week. And as you can see here, you have the chart that is on the screen. So earlier today, yesterday into today, the moon was in Leo, and it did make a conjunction to Regulus, which is the star at the heart of the lion. And that is a very, very powerful star. It actually is Archangel Raphael, which is the archangel of healing. It is also the energy of the lion. It's the star at the heart of the lion's constellation. And it is about royalty. It's about honor. It's about, being in your strength. It's like the strength card. It is about grace under pressure. It's about leadership. It's about just like stepping up. And this moon is really what turns on and activates this week's energy. That's why the video was called Crowned by Fire, because Leo, that energy of Leo is, the crown of Leo is like lands on our head. And then we get purified by the light of the eclipse. It's like the perfect combination, because that's exactly what we move into tomorrow. It is the exact lunar eclipse. And I'm going to move forward so that we can see like basically right around the exact moment that this is going to be happening. And this is nuts. Okay. The eclipse is happening March 3rd at 3:33 a.m. Pacific time. So 3, like what? The Trinity. Remember that? The power of the Trinity, body, mind, spirit. There's some powerful connections numerologically with the timing of the eclipse. It's just wild to think about. Nelly says, shout out to Regulus. Yeah, exactly. It's amazing. And this eclipse, I did a whole video on it. So go check that video out, because we dive into the meaning of the eclipse. There is a purification that we're being invited into. It's a cleansing. It's releasing the past. It's stepping into the future with more wisdom, with more trust in your divine guidance and divine energy. And this week, hey, Rochelle, this week, we are still continuing our journey through the ring of divinity with the sun. The sun has been traveling through the ring of divinity. So this week, the sun travels through the 63rd gate. And then next week, we enter into the 22nd gate, which is what leads us right into our freaking 40 days of grace. Duh. There's sacred timing to everything, you see. Like, no freaking joke. When we begin, we will be on that energy of grace. You guys, okay, I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't even plan that. I just wanted to start with the fucking like new year. And I just realized right now the 22nd leads right into the 25th, which is the magic of that grace, that energy of grace. Man, you can't make this stuff up. You really cannot make this stuff up. So, anyways, I am just really excited. I literally, I'm like, wait a minute. So we have the 22, the 36, and then the 25, but still this energy of grace and this ring of divinity is what finishes off the year, which is so perfect for Pisces season. And then we launch into the ring of humanity with 0 degrees of Aries and the new year, which is the 25th. So again, there's just so many, like, it's divine orchestration that we are 100% experiencing right now. So what happens after we have this full moon total lunar eclipse experience, we get to Wednesday, and on Wednesday, Venus makes a sextile to Uranus. So bringing in pleasant surprises and beautiful, like, new ways of seeing and experiencing in the space of relationships, maybe friendships, maybe better communication, maybe a new way to, like, you know, connect with people. Maybe you feel your priorities changing a little bit, but it's like, it's a refreshing energy. So that's what we will move into right after the eclipse. And then on Thursday, March 5th, we actually have a Sun-Jupiter day, the most auspicious of the Sun-Jupiter days. So the Sun and Jupiter having an aspect to each other creates this portal, and it's a portal of opportunity, it's a portal of abundance, and it's a portal of prosperity. Jupiter is the biggest planet in astrology. He expands everything he touches. And in our Gene Keys chart, he holds the frequency of our pearl sphere, which is the key that unlocks prosperity in our lives. Okay. So it's that significant. And this one is one of the best ones. It is the best one because it is a trine to Jupiter. And we're going to see that, you know, in the next couple of days, we're going to see a freaking powerful grand trine in water with the Sun, Jupiter, and the moon. Like, literally, I feel like the next day it happens. I'll show you right now in the chart. So we have Sun, trine, Jupiter. Those are days where we are, you should initiate, you should begin things, you should, like, get your projects freaking off the ground. Like, no more waiting around. That is the door that you walk through to, like, get things going. You don't sit and wait on it anymore. That is launch day. Literally launch day on March 5th. Okay, the next day, we are going to see Venus enter into the sign of Aries. So she begins a whole new story. She is going to be conjuncting with Saturn and Neptune. This is a very powerful, like, passionate activation of our desires, of our values. This is like your heart just turns on fire and you're like, let's freaking go. You know, your passion will wake up. Your creativity might, you know, awaken. Aries connects us to the reproductive system. So it is about birthing things into life, and it is the first sign of the whole wheel. So it's the birth, it's the spark of life that turns things on. So it will light a fire. Aries lights the fire, and in Venus is love, right? So hell, you know, okay, I'll take it. What's actually going to be really cool is that on the 7th, and I believe that's the day where we see the grand trine in water with the moon in Scorpio, Jupiter in Cancer, and the Sun in Pisces, which enhances and activates our intuition. That's the day that the Sun and Mercury retrograde make their Cazimi conjunction. During Mercury retrograde, there's always a point where he conjuncts the Sun every time. This happens every Mercury retrograde. And that is the point where the aha moment happens. That's the point where it lands. That's the point where we receive the clarity and the message and the reflection that Mercury has been inviting us into, which is essentially reflecting on the whole astrological year and asking yourself, like, what's the biggest lesson that you feel like you're learning right now? That's the wrapping of the year and the getting ready for the new year. So that's what the Mercury retrograde here is perfectly guiding us through, is reflecting on the last astrological year and getting ready for the new one. So this point of clarity where the mind and the heart combine, and then you go, oh my God, I understand what this retrograde is about. For me, that realization happens on March 7th, which is Saturday. And so now we're getting close to the end of the week. So we get to Sunday, March 8th. And on that day, we see Venus make a conjunction to Saturn. And the day right before that, she makes a conjunction to Neptune. So on the Kazemi day, Venus conjuncts Neptune, and then the last day of this week, she conjuncts Saturn, and she's passing through this conjunction like energy. Look at that, powerful. Right there, you see it. Right, boom, 15, 15, 17, 15 with Mercury. He's exact right there. So it's an exact grand trine. Sun's still in that space. It's going to be powerful. So this actually happens on Sunday. So we end the week with a beautiful grand trine. So that's a lot. That's a lot for a week, you know, like we get crowned today. We enter into the magical world of the full moon total lunar eclipse in Virgo. We have a sextile from Venus to Uranus. We have a sun trine Jupiter day, and then Venus enters Aries and passion awakens. Then we receive clarity with the sun and Mercury, and then that passion carries on into our creativity and our intuition, and then we step into deep devotion by the end of the week with Venus making a conjunction to Saturn. So isn't that, I mean, those are all very, very powerful and amazing activations for this week. So let's look a little bit at the lens of the gene key that we are traveling with the sun this week. So the theme of this week is to work on the transmuting the shadow of doubt. So you may feel doubt creeping into your field, especially now with the eclipse is highlighting this energy very strongly. Doubt and confusion are the two shadows that we're working with the eclipse, and the doubt continues throughout the week. But the whole point is that you are working to transmute the doubt into the gift of inquiry and eventually the city of truth. So truth and illumination are the two highest vibrational frequencies possible this week. So opening yourself up to see the truth and then allowing that truth to illuminate your mind. And we talked about it on Friday where you're going to think God's thoughts. Remember that? When you stop trying to figure out the confusion and just let it be, that's when you stop thinking, that's when the confusion stops and the truth lands and you become illuminated. Well, he calls this reaching the source. And like I mentioned, it's part of the group of the ring of divinity, which says that it's deeply connected to the true meaning of the Christ consciousness, and has 4 genetic archetypes that have the capacity to awaken the highest consciousness inside of you. This is what Pisces season is all about. And it will bring the eventual manifestation of the full divine being into the world. So the ring of divinity reveals a great truth, the 63, and that great truth is landing this week. The truth is that all humans are made equal in their suffering, the 37th. Doubt makes us human, the 36th gift of humanity, and leads to a certain graciousness, the 22nd gift in respect to how we treat others. Because of its connection to the 22nd gene key, this codon ring has much to do with the transformation of human awareness through suffering. Like, what is that not what we're seeing in the world right now? Becoming aware through suffering? Whoa. It will bring intense emotional experiences because most of these gates are in the solar plexus. So we're having emotional waves right now, and challenges to your life. But ultimately, this codon ring is about redemption. And just to look at the just now chart in the human design, obviously the just now chart is the chart of the eclipse. And we can see that the nodes are connecting the ego center to the solar plexus center and essentially taking us through emotional waves where we are also at the same time figuring out, where do I belong? Where do I belong? That's the biggest question that we're asking ourselves right now. And you have quite a few planets on these like powerful gates, all in the Pisces energy. Like we got the 55. Mars is on the 55 right now, of all things, you know. On the 22nd, we've got Mercury. He's already there. Like he's in the energy of grace right now, the Mercury retrograde. We've got Venus on the 36th, and we just literally saw those numbers here, 22, 36. This is the ring of divinity is highly activated right now, which means learning to become aware through our suffering, but transmuting doubt and confusion to ultimate truth and illumination. And that is why this week is crowned by fire, purified by light. And it's the energy of Aries. It's Regulus. It's like the passion that's just waking up, and it's waking up, and it's waking up more and more and more every day as we get closer to Aries season. So let's dive into our Akashic reading, where we get to tune into the intuitive message that this moon is bringing us. I know it's a good week. Nelly says so much to look forward to. It's a good energy. Like I'm excited. So the middle of the natal wheel looks like a freaking bow and arrow being drawn back to the second house. Yeah, and that's that's because of the midheaven is in this chart. But if it wasn't there, that wouldn't be there. But I mean, you're seeing it. So yeah, it does look like an arrow, bow and arrow is pointing towards the eclipse, literally. So powerful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the records with the prayer. And while I open up the records, I'm going to invite you to just tune into your energy, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths. And I'll say the prayer, and then I'll pull some cards, and I want you to go get your own cards. And as I pull the cards for the collective, you're going to pull cards for yourself, and I'll tell you the meaning of each of the cards. And I love this because this becomes an interactive experience, and you're not just sitting there watching, you're actually pulling cards for yourself too for the week. Okay, so close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, let your energy settle as we tune in to open up our heart and open the door to access the Akashic records. And our intention is to receive a message of what is the most important thing that we need to know this week as we enter into this powerful week. From the deep depths of the cosmic mind, I hear a whisper. This whisper takes us inwards towards our essence. A light begins to glimmer at the center of our heart. This is the light of unity, the all-knowing wisdom of the One. Through this door, we open the gates of the Akashic, the magical flower of life. We see our duality. We recognize our sacred trinity. We begin to witness infinite possibilities as we become the observer and the observed. A powerful and luminescent light engulfs our being, and we feel many dimensions all at once. We enter the Akashic records, protected and loved by all star beings that have accessed these portals before. The records are now open. May wisdom flow, may understanding descend, and may we be blessed with the light of love. All right, so our first card that we pull is the jumping off points, like kind of where we're standing, where we're at as this week begins. And we get the Seven of Wands. So this is like a defensive stance. This is, you got yourself up to a certain level, and because everybody's like, jelly belly, and they want what you have to defend. your position. It's like, no, this is mine. So this card gives off the feeling of like, stay grounded, don't let anything move you. That's where we're at. Like, strong because we've done a lot of work. We're standing on higher ground than others. And even though this can feel very confrontational, at the same time, it's like, you know how to defend yourself. You know how to stand your ground. And I'm not saying like, oh, in arguments, like you're going to win. I'm just saying like, defend your work, defend your like what's valuable to you. Be in your pure essence, be in your unique energy, and know thyself. That is going to be the ground that anchors you. That's going to be the energy that anchors you, and then nothing will be able to take what you have. But it is a week where some of us may be feeling a little bit on the defensive, a little bit like on the edge. That's also can be the meaning of that card. The second card is, what is our challenge of the week? What's the challenge of the week? What do we need to look out for? I think this also feels like tension, like there's tension in the air. It's not like your lovey-dovey energy. It's like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on right now? Of course, our challenge is the moon. Wow. Okay, so the moon, of course, we're having the eclipse. This is a major arcana. When this card comes out, it's about facing your fears. So the challenge is face your fears. Face the darkness. Very fitting for this eclipse happening with the south node of karma, where resolution can happen, but you have to let go and surrender and be vulnerable and face the darkness. Like Kom Ombo, the temple that we're going into this weekend, kind of like that. Wow. Okay. Our third card is the overall theme for the week. So what is the overall theme of the week? Well, we do have some really awesome aspects coming up, but there is like a general vibration to the week. There is a general frequency to the week. What is that for us this week? Okay. Whoa. Okay. So, 10 of Swords. This is so Virgo total lunar eclipse. Okay, well, first of all, look at all those swords. They represent the mind. They represent our thoughts. This is like Virgo on crack, where like you over criticized, or you thought way too much of it, and it literally like it took over and it like killed you. Okay, so I think this is overwhelm. But I think this also represents, there's two things that this can represent. For me right now, it's like what's coming through, right? So you have two ways, like there's two roads. One of them leads to exhaustion because you overdid it. Like you killed it with 1,000 spoons or 1,000 swords, right? You went overboard. Like you're like you obsessed over it, and it's like, this is like the card of like when you doom scroll for too long. This is how you feel, like a corpse. Your mind is like overtaken by like the doom scrolling, and like, damn, your mind just like killed you. Okay, that's one road. The other road is that, okay, you went to every corner of the universe to try to figure it out. This is so fucking 64 and 63rd gene keys, you guys. Doubt and confusion. This is so, oh my God. Okay. So you went to the corners of the universe to try to figure it out, to go find the answers, but it was all through the mind. And you've exhausted everything, and you have to give up. You have to surrender. You have to okay, it's done. It's like, stop beating the dead horse. You thought everything you could have thought. It's the end of the thinking. You thought so much that it literally killed you. This is nuts. So this is the end of the road for the mind. You need to stop. And it's going to make you stop. But look at this, the high priestess at the bottom of the deck. The whole point of this is that you're surrendering to the universe. You're surrendering to the wisdom of the universe. The process is that it's forcing you to surrender. This is being forced. And this is recognizing that, okay, this is the end of the road. Your mind needs to fucking take a back seat now. Wow. Hello, welcome in. Okay, next card is the wisdom from our ancestors, or message from our ancestors. Yes. 10 of Cups. Now that's what I'm freaking... And the World card at the bottom of the deck. Okay, what's hiding back there? The Magician. Get out of here with this shit. That is the energy of the week that comes after this energy comes after the surrender. This energy comes after your mind goes, okay, this is, I give up. This is the transmutation of doubt and confusion into inquiry, imagination, and then truth and illumination. And then what happens? You actually can clearly, after you've cleared your energy, taken the mind out of the way, stepped into your actual authority, you create abundance in your life. Sun, Jupiter energy right here. Sun, trine, fucking Jupiter. This is legit epic. This is amazing. Okay. We're literally going from this to this. The tension will melt when the mind gets out of the way. And the whole process is you got to face your fears. And that's what the eclipse is making us do. Literally on the other... Okay. So this is before the eclipse, and the aftermath. This is so comical. And then the aftermath of the eclipse. But wait, there's more on the other side. This. So I think we're going to feel good by the end of the week. We might get trampled along the way. Now we're going to pull and animal spirit. Now we're going to pull an animal spirit. Whoa, the Lamb of God and the week of the Ring of Divinity. The week of Christ consciousness. Wow. Okay, little lamb. What does the lamb have to say to us? The lamb is peaceful, prophetic, and patient. The lamb is the bearer of an important message. Its contents can only be heard when a deep level of quiet has been established. You basically died. You dead. Now can you hear me? Oh my God. Lamb energy is the honest guidance you hear from an old friend, a young child, or sometimes a surprising stranger. Though the lamb's message may channel through another person, the wisdom resonates within you. It will repeat and reverberate until you listen. Approach this gentle creature with utmost patience and reverence. Truth is a gift. Truth is the city this week. Truth is a gift. Sit still listen, and receive. Well, okay, universe. Damn. Damn. I ain't playing around. 63rd Jinky. This is our message from the sun. I come to celebrate your love of inquiry, but also remind you that your inquisitive mind and gift for doubting are best used in the service of the world, not in the service of beating yourself up. See if you can remain genuinely curious about life without insisting on finding answers. Stay open to learning as your understanding of life becomes increasingly complex and paradoxical. Be curious about your suffering, for it will open your compassionate heart. One day, your brilliant mind will lead you back to yourself. And how could it not? You are forever intertwined with everything you've ever learned. Whoa. This week, y'all, we're going to ask our star families for little cute messages. So who wants to come through? We'll do 3 cards. Who wants to come through? Let's do past, present, future and bring us a little message. This week, Jupiter is also activating the Sirius star. All right. Galactic family, you are a spark of pure source energy. So that's the past. You are a spark of pure source energy. Spark is a key word because that's that energy of Aries and Venus entering Aries. From the Venusians, speaking of the devil, I'm just kidding. Heal through connection. That is the present. So you are a spark of pure source energy is the past. We are healing through connection. Literal Venus. This looks like a very Venus and Aries Venusian energy. Okay. And the future. Okay. We got 2 cards for the future. Remember your infinite nature. Master your mind. Here it is again. Master your mind. It shapes your reality. Remember your infinite nature. Master your mind. It shapes your reality. And this is from the Andromedans and the Orion spacecraft. All right, you guys. Wow. Here we go, man. Next time we meet, the eclipse is going to be like in full force. We're going to be doing our Kundalini Yoga Kriya and mantra and meditation and ecstatic dance and release and connecting to the eclipse and launching seasons and stargates. So I hope to see you tomorrow at the annual initiation event and the book launch party. And I hope you have an amazing, powerful, beautiful week and an amazing and powerful total lunar eclipse in Pisces, ending with 22 in the chat. You can't make this shit up. I hope to see you guys also in 40 days of grace. Peace. I see you tomorrow.